This recording's being made for Colton History Society on Thursday the 22nd of October 2009 by Nev James and Marion Vernon. The following request was received via the History Society website on the 27th of September 2009 from Mr. Gary Shaw of Sheffield. The message reads: on the 20th of July 1944, my father-in-law, Flight Sergeant Ronald Turner, was flying from RAF Hixon when aircraft number DK280 developed a fault and crash-landed in a field next to Bowie Hall Farm. He is now 89 years of age and wondered if there are any records of this or photographs in your archives. So Nev, would you like to recount your memories of that day?
Of course, big event in the village. And the word soon went round there was a plane as it landed behind Bowie Hall Farm, and of course the kids and some of the grown-ups converged on it. And this plane had come down. There was a bit of a cart track along the edge side, Webb's Farm track, and when we got there, it had come down. It like belly landed, and there was two blokes in RAF uniform. And they were talking to quite a few grown-ups. I can't remember the grown-ups. I remember one grown-up, as Harry Shipley. And they were saying as they'd run out of fuel. The pilot, obviously the pilot, I thought, said he'd run out of fuel. And he put down there, and he wanted the phone. Where's the nearest phone? And they said, up the village by the phone. And the first thing he said was, are there any police about us who can look after while we got the phone? So Harry Shipley stepped forward and said, home guard here. And they said, well, will you look after the plane while we go and phone, explain what's happened? And so Harry took charge of the plane, but the kids from the village all over it, I was as bad as others probably, but a lot of them were sitting along the fuselage, and it had landed on its belly, ripped a lot of the coating underneath it, it all shredded, and I grabbed a piece had partly torn off on the bottom because there's no wheels. Whether the wheels had folded or what, or whether it just belly landed. But I got ripped a piece of this stuff off the bottom for a souvenir, and a lot of the kids did the same. Others were sitting along the fuselage, bouncing up and down, rocking it like a rocket ball. But
you couldn't get inside it.
No, we couldn't get inside it. I couldn't say whether it was a closed cockpit or I don't think it was an open cockpit. But apparently they said, I was earwigging there. They said it was a German plane that had been captured in the North Africa in the Middle East, and there was quite an interesting modification or alterations on it from. One of the things I can recall was it was been modified to make it look like an inline engine, the front end. Whether it was a radial engine or what it had been streamlined at the front end, and they were doing some checking it out to see what it seemed to take the eye of the RAF people, and I don't know whether the chap was it took off without fuel, whether he'd perhaps he'd end up as a corporal or something, or an LAC. But and of course after all the excitement, it just fizzled out and it was fetched back. But I didn't know at the time to come from Hixon. We just didn't know where to come from, but apparently it had come from Hixon. And I kept my souvenir for a bit with other things, other collectibles, and where it went, goodness only knows. But it's strange, a lot of it was a smallish plane, single engine, a lot of the smaller planes had like a canvas or linen and a dope on to stretch it out on the framework. This had got like a cardboard plastic. You know how the milk cartons are? They're like not the plastic ones, but the cardboard ones with a coating on.
Yeah.
It was very
like a wax.
Like a waxy, yeah.
Yes.
Whether it was the first development of plastic, or I don't know, but it was quite tough. You couldn't rip it once you'd been started like that had.
Yeah.
You could rip pieces off it, but it was a funny skin that was, you know.
Yeah.
Where that was the something that they wanted to look at particularly, I don't know, but strange as I'd mentioned to one or two. Now, whether anybody else, like somebody like Les Duval or Les Might even, you know, whether they can remember it, I never spoke to him about it, to be honest.
No.
But now it's come up, I'll probably ask
What
Les.
colour was it? It wasn't camouflage painted or anything?
Well, it could have been, but it was like a grey or dark colour. It wasn't a light colour,
No.
and it must have had the RAF roundels on it, you know, flying about there, but that was details we'd never looked at particularly, you know. It just it was a big event at the time, really, you know.
Yes.
So
about how big would it be? Sort of how many paces would it have been?
I'd think about 20 foot, I think, something.
Right.
About that length this room's probably 20 foot, I should think, you know.
Looking back, it's hard to remember.
From it into the, you know.
Yes.
But the belly seemed to be a rounded belly, then the fuselage tapered off up towards the tailplane.
Right.
But it wasn't a big plane by any means.
No.
But
And did they come back, the two RAF men?
I can't recall them coming back now. Once we got our souvenirs, and you know, we.
What did the Home Guard fella do?
He did nothing. Harry did. He just stood there and talking to the other people as we gathered round. You know.
Right.
I mean, he was in charge of the plane. The
He didn't realise that the kiddies were taking it off.
Well, I think he did, but he didn't. There's nobody took off with it, so he probably done his job, you know. But
yeah.
it was.
Was he a local character?
Harry was. He was more in Shipley's dad.
Right.
More in Dick's, more in Dix's dad. But